Well, grab a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The Flip.
We're recording, right?
Yeah, we are.
All right, this is Dean Davis The Flip. You know, we drop this every Wednesday. You can also check us out every Saturday on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. That is Dean Davis The Show, where we interview celebrities, sports guests, and so on and so forth, and do a little bit of this, but this is really where we cut into politics, culture, and whatever ratchetness is going through our heads. My name is Kenneth Davis, and the voice you heard talking with me a second ago, of course, is...
D, what's going on, everybody? Hey, hit us up on the Facebook. Not the Facebook, I'm sorry, the Twitter. The Twitter. D and Davis Show. At D and Davis Show. You can use the hashtag D and Davis Flip. Once again, it's hashtag D and Davis Flip. Hey, you hit us up on the email as well, dndavishow@gmail.com. If you got any questions or you want to throw out any topics or you just want to, you know, lay into us, I don't know. Hey,
Yeah, lay into
yeah.
us. We'll take a little bit.
At D and Davis Show at
Lay into
Gmail.
us properly, ladies.
D and Davis Show at gmail.com. I'm at Demons1 on Twitter, at Demons1, DEMONZE1. Kenneth Davis is on Twitter, at That's Davis. Once again, it's at That's Davis. The executives of the show, first up, Mr. Tony Gill. Hopefully his car don't get towed this time.
Silly.
A.K.A. Caviar.
That's what happened when you seen Romo. They told your shit.
They told your shit. He can't walk, neither can you. You can't ride. Hey, hit up Tony on Twitter, at TonyGill670. Once again, it's at TonyGill670. And Kyle Means, editorial director of WeAreRegalRadio.com. You hit up Kyle on Twitter at work_right. That's work_right. WRK_WRT.
All right, so just kicking off some of the things that we've been discussing. I guess one thing that we haven't gone into as much, we talked about on the last flip, go check that out, we dropped it yesterday, was a little bit about the Kanye West canceling the tour.
Oh, yes.
And then coming out talking about dry snitching, or was it wet snitching? I'm not sure. Jay-Z, I know you got hitters. I know you got hitters. First of all, Jay-Z, I would think at this point in his life, isn't necessarily coordinating his business by having people shot. All right?
You never know, man.
I don't think so.
Is he a made guy? Not made like a mafia, you know what I'm saying? But like a made guy, you know what I'm saying? Like he can make
he's
a
making
too call.
much money to be. He's making too much money and doing real business
But
to do that.
Right,
type
he's
of
not
stuff.
doing anything.
Like, think about
But
it.
he's always been the guy, even in his rhymes, say, you know what I'm saying, you 3-4 guys away from doing anything.
But that was before. D, you're talking about 25 years ago.
I'm just saying, though.
Right, when he was actually
that's
in
when
the
he
streets.
just got off the block. Now Jay-Z's not having
ain't
people
putting none of the past
sent
over.
for. Let alone, I'm sure Kanye was joking, but still,
You think so?
Yeah, I think he was. Jay-Z, see, there you go. You really think that if Kanye came up shot after he just said Jay-Z has hitters?
No. I thought you saw. Okay, I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about.
Well, that's
Kanye
the perfect
was,
way to not get shot. Tell somebody out in public that,
But
hey,
wouldn't
he gonna
get-
shoot me.
you
I
wouldn't- he wouldn't get shot.
misinterpreted what you were saying. I thought you were saying like the whole little rant thing was kind of like a joke or whatever.
No,
like that.
not at all.
Just
not at all.
it's
It's
him
going to be a
saying-
joke when he get out the hospital and they tell us that it was because he was off his meds or slightly tired, as a lot of celebrities call it. Exactly. What you say, that's the Coke, D&D Davis official Coke reference, but that is also when the celebrities are exhausted, as they like to say.
I'm going to try to find the audio.
She's
of the rant.
exhausted. But now I'm talking about Mariah Carey that time. But anyway, my thing is still...
She lost Derek Jeter. That's why.
You know what? Let me ask y'all this.
What's up?
And I'll start with Kyle. How can you really take Kanye in again, or do you look at him through a different type of lens after this last types of situation with the Trump stuff and with this?
I mean, well, take him in just being a Kanye fan.
Yeah. Being like, for instance, if he make a hot song, I'm not saying that you'll totally but for instance, like this, and I kind of do it with Wayne, but that damn Chance song be on, and I want to hit, like, turn this damn shit off, right? Because, like, even if Kevin Gates got a little bump to it, when I got two phones, sometimes it come on, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And I'm like, Kevin, turn it off. But I don't know if I'm going to necessarily do that consistently with Yeezy, but there is still a part of me. I won't even say he lost because I always kind of knew he was kind of He turned his mic off, but turned the phone.
I didn't think it was going to go over like that. Let me turn my volume down.
Why he could have put his earbuds in there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a good question because I think some people do consider themselves Kanye loyalists. I think stands and such. I'm not. I'm a person who I'm a fan. I guess I would say I admire him in a lot of ways. I admire the work that he's done, but he's not an essential part of my life. Mm-hmm. So if he it pretty much would be based on, like you said, his work. If he comes out with some hot music, like, I like Pablo. And I thought it was more of a return to form after Yeezus. At the time of Yeezus, I was like, okay, dude started.
How do you feel about 808? Where you say that? How do you feel about 808?
808 was.
It was kind of trash.
It wasn't for me, really, but it was
cool if you say it's trash.
The project was understandable.
Shout out to my co-host.
No.
The project
I like 808.
The project was understandable, and a lot of people did like it. It's just that Kanye is a guy who's going to do stuff that can be divisive naturally. Anyway.
Which is what art should be.
That's art should be.
Yeah.
I actually have the rent up.
Go right ahead.
Play it?
Play it.
Okay, yeah, because I already played in the
Tony
background.
got the levels ready for this motherfucker.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I got to turn the
Here we
volume.
go. Get it for free on the tubes.
God dog it. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me turn it. Okay. Here we
Your elbows are ashy.
I know.
They told me beforehand so I wouldn't run on stage. Hey, bro, y'all ain't gotta fuck with me, but I got the vision, and I'ma keep it real with you.
Cheers.
Beyonce, I was hurt. I went down 7 years on behalf of your. Hey, nigga, don't throw no shit while I'm talking.
You're throwing stuff at him.
I am putting my career, my life, my public well-standing at risk when I talk to y'all like this. This is a moment in the Matrix, bro. The vibes is back. The vibes is back. Motherfuckers might feel a way about this tonight. Beyonce, I was hurt. Because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me and over How I Blame. In my opinion, now don't go trying to diss Beyonce. She is great. Taylor Swift is great. We are all great people. We are all equal. But sometimes we be playing the politics too much and forgetting who we are. Just to win. Fuck winning. Fuck looking cool. Fuck looking cool. Fuck being cool. Fuck all that, bro. I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sent here to give y'all the truth. Jay-Z, call me, bro. You still ain't called me.
You sound like a bitch.
Jay-Z, call me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
Just call me.
If you got to
Just call me,
you got to
Jay-Z.
be ranting
drama
about
queen.
just call me, you've lost that argument already.
Yeah.
You've lost that argument. The type of stuff, and I think we all fall. We'd be lying if we don't say sometimes we don't get caught in our emotions.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, am I fucking bugging?
Well, it seems as if somebody thought he was bugging from most reports I've seen on the net coming straight from TMZ, which I do believe. Said they had to handcuff him to the bed.
They pay a lot for that info.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Like, they check it out.
What you got? Had to handcuff him to the bed, like to the gurney, if you want to say, kind of leading him up out of his house. People did think that he was going to be a threat to himself and to others. The brother, I guess, is snapped. I don't know. I have no idea. But this is the question: did anybody not see this coming?
We've always seen it coming.
Yeah, we've seen
But
this a mile away.
People have always said that he has some condition in the first place, and either he doesn't take his medicine. My thing is this also. I see people on the internets talking about if you're gonna pray for Kanye, pray for him for real. And I had to damn near stop myself from replying.
What was you gonna say?
Shut the fuck up. And I'm not even saying this is that I wish him unwell. I'm not. That's not even what I'm trying to say. But let's also be honest that some of this he brings on himself. And I'll put it like this too. If you are a person with any type of condition, I'm sure touring on a regular basis, being tired from that type of schedule and all that, and
he's getting pulled in probably 1,000 directions.
Exactly. That's gonna wear you out, and it's gonna have you a lot more likely to fall into whatever condition, the worst part of the condition that you're dealing with.
Man, Kelsey was about to drive you crazy. She just downstairs in the basement crying.
And you know what I did? I zen the fuck up. I got so zen on her ass. I told her once, I said, "Stop!" I told her, you could tell it hit her. I was like, "Just stop!" And she stopped, and then she was like, "Eh." And then I got
this big
zen.
man is saying something to me.
She wouldn't let me put her down. I just got zen because she's my little baby.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can do is just love her.
So maybe you need to reach out to Kanye.
I can't help. I'm not gonna hold.
Help him.
You know how many?
Zen.
They have to give me a hard $500,000 to hold him.
Damn, that's it. You gonna hold him?
I'm saying that's what helps. Skin on skin is effective.
Oh, yes, it is.
Just give him a bear hug.
I'm saying like at for five. No, let's be honest.
Shirts off.
If they
Shirts
told
off,
you
Kanye.
right now, D, that they give you
Hypotheticals.
Thank you, T. If they give you $500,000 just to hold Kanye to make him feel better, you wouldn't take it.
Oh, I do it in a
That's what I'm
heartbeat.
saying. You just asked me and made it seem like it was peanuts. When
No,
I do,
no,
when I
no.
do it, it's bullshit. But when you do it, it's cool. Kyle, why don't you just say it? Then it's official when you say it.
No, I mean, listen. Obviously, the brother seems as if something is happening to him.
What's wrong with him? Something's wrong with him.
And people were saying, "Oh well, his mom and stuff like that." I'm like, she's been dead for how long?
You know what?
That's not. I don't think you can't. You
That
can't.
sounds like that.
I don't think it has
Being a
anything to do with
person
his
that's
mother.
Nah, I mean, I think it
disagree.
does.
I
Yeah,
disagree.
and I
Hold
don't
on,
think you could put a timestamp on stuff like
But
that.
from all the stories that we have heard from him, even like especially maybe stories of him being very narcissistic, but really into himself,
plays
whatever like
into
that. That plays into it. The whole thing with Dave Chappelle was on Jimmy Fallon when he was telling him the story when he first met Kanye, and he was like, we was in the studio. He's like, wait a minute, hold on. Run that back. You know what I'm saying? It's something that he said. It was like, what the fuck? And then what did he say? He said he was on the call. He's like, yeah, I'm doing big shit and you ain't, or something like that. I don't know. So it's always seems
He's
as
a
if
jerk,
Yeah,
too.
it always seemed like he's been very into himself, but now with the fame and stress,
That's part of it, D. What
It's
you're
like
saying,
it's
what
collapsing
you're
on
saying
him.
is correct. But full disclosure myself, of late, I really feel like in some ways I don't have a family outside of my nuclear family.
yeah,
You know,
that
like
happens.
now when it's around the holidays, not having my father, my grandmother, my great aunt, and having those people in discussion with Afton, and she was talking about her grandmothers, and my first reaction, unfortunately and selfishly, and I didn't mean it, was I don't have grandmothers, and it hits me like, damn, I don't have grandmothers, right?
No, I
Like,
feel-
and I feel a certain kind of way because I don't have something that was always my safety net and the people that I knew really nurtured and took care of me. So even in some of the stuff you're saying as far as his mother, I don't think she could control it, but she could soothe occasionally some of it.
Right.
And
And
then
provide-
he also, before you jump in, it also affects him more because having kids, he realizes how much sweeter it would have been if she was there to participate.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and like Ken says, mothers and people like that in your life, they provide perspective for a lot of things in a lot of ways, and sort of spiritual guidance that you don't necessarily get elsewhere in particular in Hollywood and arenas like that. But I wanted to read right quick from a piece that I just brought up on the computer on ebony.com. It's called "What's Killing Kanye West?" And the subhead is Kanye West may be battling depression, and that's no laughing matter. And a lot of the basis of this article is, putting context of Kanye's actions in the midst of having lost his mother and everything and stuff like that. But it gets a little deeper and universal in this passage right here. We meet Kanye's quote unquote in our neighborhoods, schools, and families. These are the folks who are tremendously talented but hit a fracture in life, whether it seems big, deaf, or small, a failure. And they believe they have no choice but to exist in a perpetual state of crumbling. They are standing, but bit by bit, pieces of their spirit, will, and confidence fall by the wayside. It doesn't help that the black community makes little room for counseling or therapy. People die, folks get shot, we get attacked, get over it. Life is hard, pray about and keep moving. So that's why I think is a lot of the perspective that you can see. We've noticed it in our community, on the block, people who need help all the time.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether you're that small of a person in the public sphere, or if you're a person as large as Kanye, and really if you're a person as large as Kanye, all these issues that affect all of us daily, day to day, could be exacerbated to a point where it's completely unmanageable.
His mother was his anchor too. I mean, to reality, one of his anchors to reality. You lose that, and now he's in a situation where it's all unreality, basically.
Well, the one person you hope would be his anchor. Hopefully, Kim maybe called, whatever authorities or
she
help
had
that
she had to.
She had to.
They
I think
wouldn't have
his
been
wife-
able to do
Exactly.
that, have permission without her being his wife.
See,
to give them the permission.
And this is the thing. This is the kind of like the promise.
Crazy motherfucker.
This is kind of the hope that when you do get married, whoever it may be can be that rock for you. So hopefully within their marriage, none of us are in it, but hopefully, saying she can be that rock, because you don't want to. I don't wish this on anybody, although it could be. Yes, it is funny to us to a certain extent, but nobody wants to see anybody kind of go down this lane and just self-destruct publicly at that. It's like, okay, this just went crazy. This motherfucker went crazy. So I don't know.
It's hard though, even with her. I mean, I would pray that their marriage sustains. Especially, it seems like it's healthy. Mm-hmm. But that's one of those things that people could separate. You look at someone else, a Chi-Town legend Donny Hathaway, and you look at his stories. Like at the end, he wasn't with Layla's mother. He was with another lady at that time.
Who was the biopic? Not biopic. The documentary on Netflix. Zoe was going to be playing her in a movie.
Nina Simone.
Nina Simone, same way. She was fighting depression. Nobody knew what depression was at the time. Everybody thought that she was just going crazy. Mm-hmm. But by the time, towards the end of her life, they actually diagnosed her like, she was a manic depression. You know what I'm saying? She was like that deep into it. You know what I'm saying? She was, battling her demons, if you want to say, whatever was happening with her. So it is serious. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the brother gets some help, but unfortunately, he hasn't go out and this hasn't happened in public.
And just to bring it back to the other side a little bit though, the way that people react to it, like,
yes,
you can get the jokes too. You get these jokes.
You have to.
You have to.
And
that's
I hate
realness.
And like the motherfuckers, like you said online, who's always caping and stuff, like, oh, you can't make fun of. No, you can make fun of it.
Yeah.
You just wish the brother well as well.
Because I say, fuck Kid Cudi.
Right. Fuck Kid Cudi.
Exactly.
But
he's fighting depression too, right? Is that what it is?
He was on stage. He was on stage with Kanye at that Sacramento show.
And they hugged for like 40 fucking seconds. It was like, it's enough. All right?
You would hug me for 40 seconds?
No. Is your mama? But listen, I hope your mama alive. But did your mom pass? Yeah, then I'ma hug your ass for a long time.
Are you and Ken both spiritual narcissists?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a spiritual animal.
I'm not. No. No. If y'all going through something, okay. So then we can say,
I need a good long minute hug
with a crowd around.
That's a long hug.
They hugged on top
Where
of
your
a
iPhone at?
platform,
One,
hovering
two,
over
three.
a crowd, like it's just me and you right now.
Right.
Knowing people are watching them, but
Have you
still,
ever
like,
have you ever tried to get away from a long hug? Like, all right, and then they're like, nah.
for sure. Have you been a lover?
Bring it in. Bring it in.
I think one of them, for at least a second, was like, we gotta fuck.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Again.
I think between them.
You want to do it again?
Yeah, between them two, they was like, yeah.
You're probably right.
One of them thought that.
Hey, man, savages all over.
21.
These savages all over. Man, people get the emotions confused and don't understand how to keep them in the right lane.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No.
Dude, he may not know what bro love is, and this is Peter we to start getting all chubby.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think it don't happen. Listen, you hugged the dude, and his rod stiffened, and you didn't know, but he thought about you.
What is that in your pocket?
Exactly what I'm saying. Because he doesn't know proper emotions for us regular Joes. Not saying that's how everybody has to get down.
Right, he can't be
But I'm just
touched
saying,
without.
It's dog.
What is that hitting my thigh?
Don't think so.
What is that over
Kyle was joking, but it's real out in the field. Right?
Let me rub your back for a second.
Hey.
Wow.
What do you think, Tony?
What about Kanye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like Kyle, I'm a fan of his work and of his music,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really dove into his other thoughts on other things.
So you were able to separate it.
Yeah, I mean, he was
There
a
you
character
go.
to me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at him. He's fun to listen to. I'm like, ha ha ha. I don't take anything
Dance, monkey, dance.
seriously.
That's really what
but
he's
I do
saying.
know people that take everything. Like, I had a cousin who has a cousin on the other side, on his father's side, that lives and dies by every word Kanye says.
Really?
I mean, he comes to like family meetings, like trying to educate us on. They don't want us to succeed and all this other, the Kanye-isms.
Is it a younger person?
Yeah,
or-
I'm older than him. He's like he's like 23, 22 or something like that.
All right.
And I mean, just coming in like
So
you
you
walk in.
like a year older than him?
6 months.
But I'd be like, dude, what are you talking about? You take him seriously?
But that's how
He's
you
like,
feel about
yeah.
That's how you feel
People
about
do.
Logic and 21 Savage.
Nah, I got them in a box.
No.
They characters.
No.
They characters.
Donald
You
Glover.
don't think Logic's a character. Don't
No.
you dare try
Oh,
that.
it's the wrong one. Donald Glover. He doesn't think Glover.
No.
I might be more of a Donald Glover stand than anybody.
See,
though.
told
I
you.
might be a
Not
Donald
lyrically,
Glover
though.
I think I would even have to give it a little bit to Logic on that one.
We know you don't. We know.
I'm a Logic fan.
We know you guys would take Logic's ride and do. Me and Kello, we always give each other the side eye when y'all start doing.
They'd hug Logic for 40 seconds.
We'll be like, here they go.
Come here, you little
Here they go.
light skinned motherfucker. Come here, give me some
African Aryan. That construct makes sense.
I was actually listening to some Logic today. Actually, I was
See
bumping.
what I'm talking? How could you actually?
I
listen
was-
to some
no,
Logic?
I was-
Yeah, when the last time you was actually listening to some Logic?
I listened.
Come on, couldn't been that long
checked-
ago.
Yeah, I
He
like
just
it.
dropped
when he had
something, a couple
when he
months
had
ago.
that thing, I checked it out just to see
Bobby
how it
Turner-
sounded.
Bobby
but
Turner-
Okay.
that was it.
Before that time, when was the last time?
Besides one song that I downloaded from
Thank
his
you.
previous project, nothing.
Exactly.
The Incredible
Under
True
Pressure?
Story?
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
that
Incredible True Story was awesome.
that intermission joint I
Under
liked
Pressure.
off there, but that was it.
Under Pressure was a lot better. Actually, I was going to say though,
Sparity.
I was listening to Logic, but I was also bumping a lot of Lupe today too. Going through his catalog, I like Lupe.
Yeah, I love him.
I'm a Lupe fan too.
I don't want
Lord
what's the name to dislike me?
Who?
The dude that we had on the show. I'm sorry to say this. Illy. I don't want Illy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so all the way Lupe.
Oh boy,
Because he
Boy,
bring him
that's
out all
his-
the time.
Yeah.
So Boy
That's his
Illinois,
shit.
Lupe,
That's
I'm
his
with all
meal
the way.
ticket, man. That's his meal.
Lupe
They're
fan.
touring now. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
Yeah.
I'm with you. Everybody, and I'll give Lupe this. Lupe don't fuck around. He say what the fuck he wants.
He does.
Right.
He does.
He
He
don't know
does.
what that. So
I think
give him
Lupe does. He is a guy who seems to have a good control of his, like, because he could be a little flighty and artistic in some
When
ways
he
too.
was
But
first popping,
Yeah.
when he was first started getting big, you kind of saw the all kilter with him a little bit too. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, but something I don't know what happened, but he kind of came back down a little earth, and the dude is mellow. He's on his shit still.
some
but,
people might say, because with Kanye, a lot of people say, well, maybe he needs to spend more time at home. Lupe does spend quite a bit of time in Chicago.
He is here a lot.
So I mean, maybe I don't think that's
Kanye
not
really-
it. That's
I
not
get
that
what you're
wouldn't
saying,
be
but
all for
How can
Kanye.
he
But
really be in the city?
yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
so big now to a certain degree. You know, like
I don't know. I think it all depends on how you carry yourself.
I don't.
I think he's too far gone. I agree. I mean, if
but
you-
I think.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to say I don't think how he carries
Now
himself.
you mean?
It would be easy for him just to be in the city.
I
like
think
that.
you would have to,
especially unless he lives up north.
I think it. I definitely
See,
think
if he's out south, it's gonna be bananas.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I definitely think that if it probably would have happened early in his career,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, he kind of stayed home a little bit and kind of kept that balance.
What
maybe
if he
would've worked.
got-
Back then you had to leave,
now,
though, too.
Yeah, but she can at least come back and forth. That's what
I
I'm
agree,
trying
but
to say.
back when he started, you had to go.
You had to go.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
some people
And I
do
mean,
come back a little bit.
unfortunately.
I feel you know. But now,
I think part of
but
it
now,
too.
it's too late.
Part of it too would be how much he immerses himself in the community, because Lupe is a guy who he has a foundation,
Yeah.
and he does different things when he's out in the community. He does different things to give back to people.
You see Lupe at the mosque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. He, and
You seen
spiritual.
him at the mosque when you went?
I've
to the
heard
mosque?
plenty of times. He's
Yeah.
been at
I'm
the
just
mosque.
asking when you was.
he goes to my friend's mosque.
What
Out
mosque did your friend go to?
about you all right? In
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And,
Burbank.
Burbank.
Oh,
Burbank.
And Bridgeview.
Yep.
The Bridgeview,
That's
yeah.
a big one. That's a big one too.
Yeah,
I
it's a
went in
big
there. It's
Muslim
huge.
population out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
And he's quick to point out when Obama dropping them drones. I'm thinking keeping it
Hey,
honest.
listen, when he was on Bill Omar, I remember that interview vividly. When he was on Bill Omar, he was like, yeah, President Obama, he's a terrorist too. I'm like, whoa, okay, all right.
Yeah, for a while he was going pretty hard.
Yeah, he was going out there, but like I said though,
But some of what he was saying wasn't crazy.
I understand what he was
when
trying
you
to
think about
say.
the tyranny of the United States.
Yes, I was understand what he was trying to say. Right. It was just the way
we
he said
just watched some Brown on it. Go take care of this.
Right.
it. But like I said, something happened when he kind of, fell back, and now, he seems like the Lupe fiasco that people kind of knew before. So
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I think he reached a plateau of fame too. Like it's not like
Good point.
like
Good point.
Kanye is he's in the upper echelon of fame, and I think he also has this urge to try to keep himself up there. Like he's not like
keep himself relevant.
like we had the text the other day. I kind of mentioned how sometimes you got to take a break from fame, and how some celebrities back in the day.
Because from example.
I know, yeah.
I know.
I'm world famous. But I'm just saying, speaking like from learning about other celebrities in the past and stuff, a lot of people have taken breaks, whether sometimes it is exhaustion, quote unquote, but sometimes it's just real stuff.
But how? I mean, look at the family he married into.
That's what I'm kind of getting
possibly
to.
get a break?
That's what I'm getting to. Like,
I mean, but again,
he put
that's
himself in
his
a position.
decision.
Yeah.
That's his decision.
Yeah, he put himself in a position where it's like
What you
it's
got?
fame factory.
Something's going on up there. What you looking over here like? No, go say what you gonna say.
I mean, you think that's
you thinking of something? He thinking of something. What you thinking about? Yes, you are. Oh, I know that face. I know that
Yeah,
face.
You got some hate in there?
No, go ahead.
I don't really have anything to formulate right now on it. I mean, because it's just an old debate, and there's no reason to really rehash it. So whatever. Like you say, he chose that. I think.
I know what you about to say.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
But I'll say something. I saw a funny picture online the other day where it was like a picture. It was like a series of pictures, and it was Kanye sort of acting. He had a wild look on him, and Kim was on the other side.
I've seen it too.
Yeah, and she was looking like a little shocked, and it said something like when you go for fame in one way, but you're I'm trying to see that how it read. But
I saw the same one, but it had a different meme.
The meme. But essentially they were saying like she is cognizant of what she's doing in regards to exploiting her fame and stuff, but he's not on the same page. He's just doing shit to
He
do
think
it.
this shit's real.
Yeah.
But you know what?
First of all, let me say this though.
Oh, go ahead.
He should never disrespect Beyonce. And I also put it like this:
He stuck his neck out for Beyonce.
She did not ask him
He
to
did
go
it
up
because
there.
he loved
You
Beyonce.
know what's really funny about this? No one asked him high off or whatever in the Henny to go up there and disrespect Taylor Swift. Nobody, Jay-Z and them was not like, man, it'd be funny if you. Nobody asked him to do that. And also,
He said that to himself.
inadvertently, he caused Little Mama to disrespect Jay-Z and Alicia Keys like that.
She was gassed up on, yeah.
But let me get back to this. He doesn't like, and it's part of the reason he's all fuck Hillary is because Obama calling him a dumbass. And the reason Obama called him a dumbass was because of what happened with Taylor Swift at that moment.
So it all comes back around.
It all comes to drone dropping Obama. It's just, that's what I'm even bringing up to me. Like, for instance,
What's up?
I'm sure Jay-Z, especially knowing that's that man's woman or whatever, is not going to say anything about Kim Kardashian. If his problem is with Jay-Z, cool. Even if he does have a slight problem with Beyonce, you don't address that man's woman. Like, you say what you got to say about him, but you don't pull her into that rant. Because that's when it's like, it's harder to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to come back when you start just, some, and like, you just shouldn't do that.
But do you look at where it's coming from? Do you look at the source and say, you know what, something's going on there? I'm not going to attack it the way I would attack it.
We all got a
before.
little crazy in us. To be honest, this is how you.
Yeah, but we seeing this.
He's crazy.
We seeing this public. That's what I'm saying. Do you check the source? Do
Let me
you
say
see
this.
where it's coming
I
from?
bet you there's still. I'll give you this.
Okay.
Is we think that Kanye is off, there's still some of the craziest shit that's never come out of his mouth publicly. So he still
believe
does
that.
have a governor to a certain degree. It's what he feels he should govern or not.
That was good because that just made me think a little bit more because I was about to say like it's just wild to me how much he spent time around Jay-Z and Beyonce throughout the years, and he had none of what the way that they approach things in the press and in the public. Not much of it is rubbed off on him, but in regards to being discreet and being private and prideful about your public persona, he none of that is really rubbed off on him. But at the same time, you probably could think of like the dozens of instances and incidents and things that he has kept to himself that maybe have involved him or involved Jay or Beyonce or whoever.
He know where the skeletons are held a little bit, but if something's going on, even something in his head is saying like, don't even say that. That's possible. It's possible.
Then the hitters would come.
That's true.
I think
Me and Jay-Z was fucking them hoes.
I think also to a certain degree, I think he's playing up the maniacal genius role a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Kobe being the jerk, but in excess because he thought that Mike was like that dude. I think Kanye is kind of playing that role a little bit too much. Like, you don't have to be that. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's
Most guys read the
Hopefully
headlines. Man. They read their own headlines, man. And part of it is the way that we gas them up. Like, and
we just spent a God on the hormone talking about this dude.
right. And we talk about when people act weird or act crazy, quote unquote, in the ableist term. But when people do off kilter things, we label it as genius, or like that's just the price of genius. But no,
that's how he feels about 21 Savage.
You know what? I want to keep the craziness going a little bit.
We can't say crazy. He just told you that's an ableist term that we're stealing from another podcast.
What should we say?
You're not supposed to really say crazy. Okay. Just say off.
You can't say crazy.
Interesting.
We're still in that. We're still in that from somebody.
Different.
Yeah,
can you say different?
We need something then.
Yeah.
We need a word.
It's a good point. We need a word.
We need a word then.
We got to come up with one. So, D. Davis listeners, come up with a word that can replace someone being crazy that we can use.
Right. The people we're stealing from would say wild and replace with crazy.
Okay, now we're gonna say interesting. How about that? Is that good? At least for this pod. We
I
gonna
like different.
Different.
All right, cool. All right, different.
Fucked up.
All right, so
The flip.
So we got another different cat. This is courtesy of our guy Melvin. Hit us up with Orlando Brown. Did you all see this tweet?
Who's Orlando Brown?
He's a young cat.
I seen the whole interview.
Is that the one
couple weeks ago?
That's the young
one that
kid
was
that was
on
on
Disney shit?
Yeah,
With,
that's
talking about she was
right.
scared of the dick, and because she has a lot of Vlad shit. First of all, he had one Vlad one, and I'm gonna come for him because he said the devil came for Prince.
Oh,
which he
you don't mess. Listen, everybody out there listening, do not fuck with Prince and this man to my left, Kenneth Davis.
I will fuck
unless you
that
got a magazine that you pass over to him over the board. Like here you go, son. Look at this Prince magazine. Where is that magazine? You still got it?
Of course.
Is it hanging up in your bathroom?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
How long would you hug Prince?
Ooh, good question.
Would I hug Prince?
How long would you hug Prince?
That'd be weird.
He's short too.
That's what I'm saying. He's
his
too
face would be in
dancey
your
and
cleavage.
shit.
His face would be in your cleavage. Unless he had a high heel.
I couldn't do that.
He'd probably try to hug you though.
If he put the cash on the line?
No, I think man,
Prince would try to hug me? What the fuck are you talking about?
Prince too cool to be hugged.
Right. I think Prince I think if Prince saw a cat like
Damn.
No, I'm just saying.
It's totally disrespect.
I'm just saying.
It's total disrespect.
I'm trying to say this. I'm trying to say this right. I'm saying. I think if he saw a cat like Ken, I think he would butch up. Actually.
Okay.
All right. So wait a minute. Hold on. We got some sound from Vlad TV and Orlando Brown. He's actually talking about.
Do you got this shit keyed up, D?
I do.
Okay.
Hold on. God dog it me. Okay, here we go.
So speaking of Raven and Mickey Mouse, you had that line in No Fear.
Yeah.
You know what line I'm talking about?
Yeah, tell Minnie Mouse to suck my sack like Raven did when she was black. When you hear that rat-a-tat, I suggest you niggas scat.
Yeah.
Bars.
I mean,
that was hot.
yeah.
Of course that was.
What do you mean to say like Raven did when she was black?
I mean, I told you in the first interview. I mean, she gave me, and then I gave her some. I do, yeah.
But turn that shit off. I'm fucking crazy. Bob dancing on some fucking.
Hold on. You got to make some drops off that shit. Tony, please make some drops off that shit. Anytime somebody say something crazy, we got to drop something from Orlando Brown.
It's even better to watch it because I'm able to see it. Him actually do.
I knew how he looked because I seen some of this filth. This motherfucker, he's off. This boy is he's really off and whatnot. And the fame of being a child, drugs, and he's probably just that crash.
How many
being
directors and producers messed with him when he was a kid?
Ooh,
I ain't touching that. You probably right, but
I mean,
did you ever see the Corey's talk about how much D they had to take?
Say what?
Man, it was like, man,
you hear about that?
This dude was asking me.
The who?
Corey Feldman.
Corey
Feldman.
I have heard about that. Yeah, I have heard about
this guy that I was doing, he wanted somebody, and Corey kept asking me, like, where's the dick? Where's the dick? Where's the dick? So I hooked him up with him. It was like, what the fuck is going on?
Man, Hollywood, man, do we really want to know what's going on?
I'm trying to get paid.
I do.
Anybody fucking me.
I know. My curiosity.
You had a cute 13-year-old boy. You know?
Ain't nobody fucking me.
I mean,
that was different. We didn't say nothing about nobody fucking nobody. You crossing the motherfucker.
I mean, but that's
fucking commitment.
I mean, how many stories have we, heard from, these child stars, getting connected to drugs and sexual relations with, older men and stuff like that, and it's crazy.
Sad, man.
And then they kick him out and then leave him out, and then now we're stuck with that.
I gave
and they released that to the world.
Right, yeah.
They released it. He's all right. You make it
Wait,
seem like...
You say you seen other interviews with him on Vlad.
Because, Vlad cuts it all up.
Okay.
Also, that audio was courtesy of Vlad.
I said that.
I don't remember you saying
I said Vlad
want to
TV.
give Vlad his
Shout out to Vlad TV.
appropriation and cultural vulture motherfucking pride.
Wow.
Fuck it. He be putting some bogus shit. I got the app. I know the fuck shit he put on there.
Oh, I don't have the app.
Yeah, see, you don't even follow the app.
I don't.
It be fuck shit on there. So I can say what I want.
Listen, I would have never known this existed. It would have. I mean, I didn't know this was even out there on the internet unless Melvin sent that to me. Because actually, when I saw Orlando, I thought he was talking about the other actor. That's the dude that's in Bloom. Not Bloom. No. What's the black stud that's on?
Used to be on Mad TV.
Yeah, Mad TV. Yeah. It was on
Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones. Yeah. Yes, that's who I thought it said. I'm like, because I saw Brown and I thought Brown and Orlando Jones, like he's Brown. So I'm like, okay, that's not him. Until I opened up the link and I'm like, wait a minute. Is that the kid from That's So Raven?
Yeah, he goes into talking about describing her nipples and stuff like that.
What type of shit is that?
Yeah, I don't.
What type of shit is? What part of the game is that?
Nobody ever taught him anything about that. He's
the game is actually innate. It's
not for all motherfuckers.
not
for everybody.
It's how you decide not to listen. The game is like the Force. You can decide not to listen to the Force, but the game is like the Force.
You still need older men to help you refine it, though. And if the older men are just sticking their fingers in the behind,
but snitching is never in. Snitching is never in. We don't even have to go to the game.
I feel like he's reaching. He's saying anything just to get noticed.
Right.
Like saying literally anything in his memory
not abiding
bank.
by any rule.
What did he say about her nipples?
I don't know what he said.
What was
there
something odd about the little girl's nipples? I know she's a woman now, but still.
Who? You said that.
He probably the reason why she dyking them.
Wow. Cow means send it his way.
I mean,
So
he
Orlando
messed himself
Brown
up because
reason.
he's about to bring the show back.
Right.
He could have been involved, but
He wasn't
not
going to be
now.
on there like this, dog.
His ass ain't
They
coming
be like,
back.
crazy cousin, so? Yeah! Give it about
There's Orlando. He's been on crystal meth for the past 13 years.
He's going to play the father of her daughter on there. Like this.
Oh, she's playing a single mother, right?
Yeah, she's playing a single mother.
So he gonna be the one. Yeah, your daddy went crazy. Start sniffing that stuff.
Ooh, that
Start smoking
bath
that
salt.
stuff.
He took that bath salt to the head.
Poor young fella.
Been out there sexing trees and stuff.
Sex and trees. Ugh. Yeah, whatever.
Wow.
Tony.
I want Tony to talk about her nipples.
When you,
You said it?
Go look at the video.
Nah.
what did he say?
What did he say?
Well, he was describing what they look like,
What did they look
to
like?
him.
Yeah, come on, Tony.
I'm not gonna
Did
play the
to
video. Play the video.
I don't have
If you
Melvin.
wanna-
Melvin didn't see me that
Things
way.
can you do to a
that dude.
Melvin didn't send me that one,
That
Tony,
dude is
so you got to
different.
give us play-by-play.
He's different.
Nah, man, you got to for this to dog. This
It's
the
a flip. Come on, Tony.
You can't do that, man.
What did
Well,
you
I'm
say?
doing it.
Nah, you breaking. You know what? You're just gonna have to be producer then if you're not gonna open and talk on here openly on the flip. You're breaking flip rules, man.
Oh,
You can't do that.
You want me to-
Can't bring
Look,
nipples to the
You
table.
can't bring that to the table and then be
Look,
like,
it'd be different if I brought it up and it was my own.
You did bring it. No one
we're
said
discussing
anything
somebody
about her
else's
nipples
description of
until
another person's body.
No, you have to tell us for the listeners. You being a producer.
And one-
what do you always
I-
say?
and
What
one-
do you always say when you're like, Ken? They need to know what we're talking about. You got to break that down. Don't you always point that out to us being a producer?
Yeah, but now
Sure
that-
does.
And now you're not telling them, and they're like, "What did he say about her nipples?" They're not. They want to know.
I'll put it in. I'll put it in. How about that?
Okay. There you go.
I want to know.
There you go.
There you go.
Can you edit it out the part where you say it and let me know right now?
So here's where Orlando Brown talked about Raven Simone's nipples.
Fuck Orlando Brown.
And then you go.
You made another video about looking at breasts,
Yeah, the areola.
areola.
The areola.
Right. Well,
What's wrong?
You said that she had clear areola.
I didn't say she had. I said it was the whole titty was one color.
the whole titty.
The whole titty.
But usually the areola is a different color.
Well, nigga, that was. Let me tell you something. Look, let me tell you something, brother. The titty was. It looked like it had a cataract.
What is a cataract?
A cataract is. You ever seen the shit on a dog's eye?
Right, it's a little line or something.
No, it was the cat. It's all one color around, and it's just a big pink piece. Yeah, so it was beautiful, but see, her titty was just like it was a smooth titty. Okay, it was smooth at the bottom. Okay, like Hillary Rodham, and then you go all the way to the top. Okay, and then you go to the middle. In the middle, and it's like, okay, you're looking at the whole titty now. If you close your eyes like I'm doing, Nando, stop it, don't, shut up. Okay, so listen, you're thinking about the titty now, just the titty. And when you think about the titty, you got to think about like how at a certain age, the areola does not form yet. You know, she got to turn like 20 or something. So right now, I was 14, and it was everything was simple. You know, I told you about the peaches and cream and how she was sucking on my little thing and all that. It was great, but you got to look about the see, it was right here, and then went down. And you touch the titty right there, and it's right there in the middle, and it's round. That's what makes me Orlando Brown.
Fuck boy.
There you go.
Somebody need to punch. Well, that wouldn't even work. He the type of person to get punched in the face and get up and still be talking shit, and that just makes you madder.
I just punched you in the face.
Right.
Now
I don't
take it
care.
and shut up.
So, crack. I still don't care. You just be like, motherfucker.
I was just thinking,
You
too.
just walk away.
I was thinking how messed up, how he ain't get shot, but old boy from Moesha and old boy from Steve Harvey show done got shot.
Oh, wow.
And old boy from
Yeah,
I was about
Hakeem.
to see Harvey. Yeah, Hakeem dead.
Yeah.
They got them LA motherfuckers don't play.
Right, how they get shot out there and he ain't been shot out there?
They was out there. He wasn't out there for real like them though, Cal.
Yeah, I guess
They
so.
was meddling in the streets. they
It was
hit
into
old boy from
Steve Harvey
Steve Harvey
show.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him. Yeah,
I bet you it was a bunch of girls crying that night.
that was sad. That was sad. I do have one question.
They should have got the one from New York Undercover, the Latin guy. That would have made it a trifecta.
Why you hating on New York Undercover?
That shit was trash.
Wait a minute, is that that was when we talked about what should be on Netflix, right?
Yeah. What shouldn't? That movie, that show with Ice-T running around was trash. I'm
Man.
sorry, Cal.
I don't care. I'll still binge it. I'll binge all that stuff, man.
When can you binge it? Is
Do
he
you,
on
did
TV?
you fuck
anymore?
with New York Undercover like that?
I watch it every once in a while.
Yeah, you my motherfucker.
I ain't watch it like that.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with
Why-
cop shit.
why
Y'all,
you-
you,
I don't
watch,
like-
y'all was
I don't
watching
like cop
Frasier
show,
or
but-
some shit?
I don't like cop show.
But it wasn't cop. It was the hip hop cop show. So
I
why
know,
you couldn't
but-
get to it? 'Cause it was,
Nah, I
come on,
can't.
say
Don't
it.
like Frasier?
Say it though. Say it though.
No, I don't like
Say
Frasier.
it was trash.
Hated
right?
Frasier.
Wait, the show?
The show.
It
You
was
liked
kind
it?
of funny.
I hated it.
Oh, you hated it.
It was
Okay.
kind of funny.
I was more of a Seinfeld dude.
That was my favorite show until
Michael,
he came out the door screaming nigga.
You're a nigga. You're a nigga. You're a nigga.
I can't watch it now. I mean, I don't really rewatch. I don't.
You can't watch the episode of Festivus.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, that's
you know
the
what? I
best.
don't have enough time to like. It had to catch me, but I don't have enough time to watch old reruns. I never intentionally do that.
Do you have Hulu?
I canceled it.
Oh, okay.
I don't have enough time to watch Hulu. I pay for cable. I got to get that in.
He paid for cable like a baby boomer.
All right. You still got cable for, man. Cut that cord.
Yeah, whatever.
Cut that cord.
Please.
Why not?
Why? Because this is a lot of stuff that I watch that you don't watch. And sometimes
What you watch that I
for
don't
the
watch?
show, I
What
need
you
to
watch?
be
What you
watching
watch?
everything live. So one of us has to pay that debt. All right.
Wait a minute. You said you watch one show. Was that you say you was into this one show? And I was like, wait a minute, why is this even on TV? It was something weird. You watch some real reality type shit.
The real world?
Was it like Ice Road Truckers or some shit that you
I don't watch Ice Road Truckers. I have, but I don't.
It was
No, I
something.
said I
Put that
was
on me, Ricky
initially.
Bobby.
I was on initially a hardcore watcher of the Dangerous Catch.
That's what it was. Dangerous Catch.
That shit was real. That's man shit.
They shrimp catches or catfish
Shrimp
catches?
catch? That ain't dangerous. What the fuck? This dangerous shrimp catching has ever been. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are they catching?
Tilapia?
What are they catching? I don't watch the show.
They catch Alaskan king crab in
Crabs.
Alaska.
Oh, wow. So
No,
much.
It's where they do it.
It's
I know,
where
I know.
they do. Like you will die.
So the same could go for shrimp then if they were in
Dog,
dangerous
ain't no
spots.
shrimp in Alaska doing that shit. Motherfucker, have you ever watched The Dangerous Catch?
No.
Listen, you be like, whoa, this shit, and they get paid for risking that ass.
Like the Ice Road Truckers.
Fuck the Ice Road truck.
Dude, you gonna drive with some ice with a fucking semi?
Fuck no.
All right then.
That
You
should
gotta
be
get
cracking.
paid.
I've watched it. That should be like, you'd be like, oh shit.
I would think the Ice Road Truckers probably get paid more than the shrimpers. I mean the crab catchers.
It depends on how much crab they get and how many times they can load up and get that.
You ever seen an episode when it's like they only caught like half of what they caught and they almost died?
Then they start like,
and
we
they're
gotta
pissed
go
off?
back. We gotta throw these buoys out there again. And be like, let's go. Like that shit was the shit. Because one of the sons got like either killed or beat up.
Beat up recently. That's what it
He
was.
got beat up for what?
Yeah, I forgot.
He's a
Something
jerk.
happened. Something happened.
This
That's what
dude
it
that
was.
died, his kids are jerks.
Yeah.
But no, I watch. What I do watch.
What you
Speaking
watch?
of that, that's back on is Hunting for Hitler.
What the hell is that?
Oh, you should-
you know Hitler is dead.
He's dead now.
Oh, okay. So this is like previous. They was hunting
but
for
he
him.
was in South America. Hotbed for German Nazis.
The shit that you watch on cable, you need to cut that shit.
Fuck no.
You need to cut that
Listen,
damn
you should
cord.
watch Hunting for Hitler
Why?
because it's good.
He's already dead. I don't want to see no motherfuckers already dead.
Dog. I'm telling
Really?
you, do 3 episodes that last the first season.
What channel come on?
History. I love History Channel.
I got the history app on my Roku.
I do. I need history. I need travel. I need velocity. I need ESPN.
Velocity.
Yeah, I'm a car dude.
You sit and watch cars on TV?
It's not the cars. It's shows that about finding cars, barnyard, finding different type of stuff. I'm into that type of stuff.
You got a landline still?
I mean, I didn't.
No, hold on. I have
didn't-
one. I'm curious about
That's
this.
not a true landline, but I didn't.
But that's true. You are right about that.
I didn't, but they threw it in my package. I didn't. They gave it to me, but I got the triple play, but I didn't want the triple play. I thought I had just had the 2. But I kept seeing the damn number come up on the phone. I was like, oh, I got triple play. Then I was like, all right, let me hook this bullshit up since I got it. But I don't. No one knows our number. Like, we haven't given it to a soul. Only part of it is just for Kenton. I'll be like, listen, something happened.
There you go.
Running that motherfucking phone.
Yeah.
Like, even I told him my phone, like, I was breaking down to him, like, man, if I'm trying to get in the car, something happened in his garage, cut this
911.
car off, get your sister the fuck up out of here, open the garage door.
It's all to you now, Kenton.
Listen, I'm just telling him, don't sit in no garage with no car running.
All right. No, because I still got one, but my old lady don't want us to cut it. That's the only thing, man.
But if the lights go out, it's fucked.
I know. Please, somebody. Please.
But
I
see,
want
that's
somebody to
interesting.
explain that to
Why
her.
don't they? But see, that tells you how they want to control us, though.
How?
Because that's just another way for them to really cut everything off. Because if it was the regular landline where it still
go
had
to the
that
wall.
juice through it,
Yeah.
they couldn't. They had to fucking really cut it off. But it's just another way when they really want to be like, if that shit really hit us and we're using social media and doing shit throughout, they'd be like, cut this shit the fuck off. And it's just another way for them to disconnect us.
So that goes back to our last podcast, last flip about the apocalypse.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we already heard. We already said Sydney's going to fucking kill everybody.
Negan's motherfucker.
Sydney's going to kill. I know.
We know who he's not going to kill, but he's going to kill
Oh,
everybody
white
else.
women. Sydney's not. I mean, we can be. I can't do it. Like Sydney,
No,
just
if you guys
just
know,
kill several black bitches. I
That's
can't
how
do it.
that's how you gonna recreate society.
I can't do
He's gonna be the Negan the white hose.
You just killed 4 Aishas and 2 Shaquitas. I can't kill Becky.
Oh Lord, have mercy. All right, wait a
All the
minute.
white women.
All of them. Sidney, can I nail to the knob?
He's just
Your mongrel hands on her.
go Lord over the
Damn,
white
son.
women.
Oh.
I do.
All right, so
what?
in the
What up?
zombie apocalypse, at what point do we have to do sit in before he kills us? How long? Like how many
Ain't sitting
seasons
in.
are we getting to?
After the first night, D wake up and see it in his face.
I like Chanel.
I like.
I like her, and I wanted them on. Shout out to Sidney Brown, man.
Yeah,
He owed us now.
He did. He really killed on the flip this.
Yeah, he did. He did. And I want to actually get to something a little bit. It's more so a question for Mr. Tony Gill. I don't know if it's a hard D left. That's usually what I do. What's your beef with the President Medal of Freedom? What's your beef with that?
Yeah, keep bringing.
What's your beef with that?
It's not really a beef. It's just that I guess people would say I don't have enough respect for it.
Yeah, why don't you have respect for the Medal of Freedom? You do know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got it today, right?
Yeah, and Michael Jordan got it too. Cancel out.
Oh, so
So
what?
this one goes back
Cancel
to
out.
Michael
What are you
Jordan.
trying to say?
What you trying to say
Yeah,
about Mike?
I don't. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is I don't get what it's for.
It's for security, but it's also for bringing a lot to society. So
Yeah, it's
he brought
essentially-
championships.
All right.
Now,
All
it's
right. That's all I
essentially-
need to know. Award irrelevant.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
there's
we can move
been I mean, maybe you could start a Tony Gill Award for Society or something. That you can base it on
but it's not-
standards. But Michael Jordan has kind of contributed a lot to American society. That's really what the award is about.
to be honest
It's about people who've done it outside of political and military structures.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it's basically for
Not the Medal of Honor, but the
yeah,
Medal of Freedom.
it's for people, just regular people
Also,
who've done great things.
Also, I kind of get what you're saying, but on a real note, you also have to give Michael Jordan props because he brought black people to a lot of people who never really had any contact with black people before, and he blacked in the motherfucker. So it wasn't like some beige motherfucker coming up in there. It was like, I got this black motherfucker coming straight at me.
Who can
jumping.
fly.
Exactly. So, I mean, I still see something. You don't think Ellen deserved it? None of that? Damn.
Damn you.
This
I
is-
did think that was a little bit off because
Man, Ellen took a risk. Remember, she lost her
no, I
show
mean,
off that shit.
I'm saying Ellen has
lo-
gone
she
through a
failed.
lot, but I'm just thinking like, because and this is actually a thing with Jordan too. It's like I thought he'd go to people a little older, but I guess it don't matter.
He got to get his in. This was for Barack.
Yeah, Barack.
This was
that's the
Barack.
thing.
Like,
Barack,
I'm gonna do this because I
that's-
want to get these people. These are the people that
Right.
I want to get this shit to because I'm going to get him out of here. I want Jordan to get this shit for me.
Me.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Like,
But-
I mean, it's cool. It's a free trip to the White House. You get to meet the president.
They probably met
you
most
see
of
all
them
the
anyway.
president's
They've been there.
people,
They've
stuff,
probably
or whatever. But I mean, okay, it's fine. It's cool.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
That's great.
has to put his
That's
neck
great.
out.
But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't. People, they were telling me like, oh, you should, be honored and stuff like that. I'm like, I mean, I would take more pride in the achievement that got me here more than this medal thing.
I think you would be.
no,
honest.
dog, it's both.
Tony, if the president called you and said, I want to give you something, you'd be like, all right.
yeah,
All right, all right, thank you.
You
Thanks
wouldn't take
for
the medal?
award. No, I'm saying thank you for the
know
award.
how fucking
Thank you.
fake.
But
You listen.
I
You
mean,
online. If them motherfuckers called you and was like, Tony Gill, we want you to bring you, Guy Christian, the whole Gill Church,
Yes,
the
we
whole
get a-
Gill
we get a
hustle.
free trip
We want the listen
to the White
we gonna-
House.
Listen,
That's
your ass
dope.
would be like, man, you guys know I'm going to the White House to do this shit, you right? Like, dude, come on.
and when I come back, people gonna be like,
What?
But that's with anything, though.
What?
But no,
a
that's
lot
with-
of people,
that's
a lot
with
of people are
anything.
going to be proud as hell of you too. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one look good
I'll
at
be
the
proud
church.
of you.
That one look good at the Gill
I
hustle.
don't know. I don't know what to do with it.
Y'all
Like D
put
said,
it
it's
on
not
the
the
altar.
Nobel. It's
Y'all
not the.
couldn't sit it on the altar.
Look what we got here in the Gill Church.
I go worship it.
I mean, you gotta worship it. I'm just saying.
Drape it across
What?
white Jesus.
Y'all got a white Jesus?
But
up in there?
it's not the.
Hey, y'all got a white Jesus in there?
We do.
Talk. Why don't you focus on
Oh,
that?
I
shit?
showed my grandmama y'all church too. Went to go pick her up, and like, yeah, I know the guy who Family Rose.
I know they hustling.
The Gills. I know about this since 1965. All right, here goes some more.
Move the Burbank off this.
Philadelphia. I know them. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, some notable people who also got the Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama today. Ellen DeGeneres, Robert De Niro, Richard
I don't think he
Garwin.
needed one.
Oh, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I'm sure.
De Niro.
What the fuck he do was bang some black chicks.
He had a lot of great
Tell
movies.
Jay-Z to call him.
A lot of great
Jay-Z
movies.
still like, fuck Robert. I went with Jay-Z, fuck Robert. De Niro.
Bill and
Fuck
Melinda
Robert.
Gates.
I'm with them
let's
getting
see,
one. They
Tom
give a lot.
Hanks, Grace Harper, Michael Jordan, Maya
Who the
Lynn.
fuck is Grace Harper?
Is that the? Oh, she
Hale
was.
Harper.
She no. Grace Harper. Hopper.
Hopper.
Yeah, not Harper. I probably said Harper. Hopper.
did.
She was a woman who basically wrote the code for NASA.
I'm with that.
before-
Oh, you mean for that movie's based off of? Is she one of those people?
What movie?
The sisters who
No, it's probably. No.
she's too
I
young.
don't know.
She's too young for that.
Yeah, no, this lady is older. Yeah, she's older lady.
This
No, I think,
you
yeah.
talking about the movie that they had with
It's about black women in NASA
That work for NASA.
back in the 50s.
it's
But I think the thing about that, I think their story hasn't really been told. That's what I think. I don't
Right.
think people know
I'm with her.
about
She deserves it. Keep
yeah.
going.
Michael Jordan, Maya Lynn, Lauren Michaels.
Lauren Michaels.
Lauren Michaels. Yeah, Lauren Michaels got it.
They giving them
Trying
this.
to see Robert Redford. Robert Redford got it.
See, that's the thing. Like,
Diana Ross got it.
see, that's the
Nah.
thing. Like, we know.
He was going through everything he enjoyed back
Right.
in the day. I got nothing but love.
We know-
Tim's get one of them motherfuckers.
And it's only up to the president, one person, at his discretion to give these out.
Yeah, that's what I want
I
to
think
know.
his
Like,
people come
is it
together.
is it a panel or is
I
it
think
just
it's
Obama?
his cabinet because I know he had one of his advisors call. Can you keep going through that? Because one of the people that he had called a person, that person was a fan of that person. I'm sure that's part of that influenced Obama for
But
doing it.
either way, though, Obama and his his
Advisors.
his advisors, administration, they're star fuckers. We know that. So it's like,
Motherfuckers Incorporated.
so it's like,
Shout out to 9 Inch Nails and fucking Marilyn Manson.
I don't know, you know about them.
You didn't hear that song?
No.
Starfuckers? Starfuckers.
That's 9 Inch Nails.
And the Marilyn Manson.
Yes.
Oh, they
But
both did.
Trent
Okay.
Reznor and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
But 9 Inch Nails is
I got a few
And
more.
that's our white person of the moon.
I got some more for you. Vince Scully,
Yeah, Vince Scully. Yeah,
Bruce Springsteen, Cicely Tyson.
I think it was
Cicely
He was-
Tyson got it. That's good.
Oh, Sister Tyson needed from that movie where she drunk the water fountain. Back when I was young.
Oh, yeah.
She had
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jay Pittman.
Crazy lips and shit.
yeah. yeah.
She worked the fuck out that
He
movie.
played the first black woman to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. So I mean, it's a lot of other people in here. Like I said, science.
You don't think Vince Scully should
I
have
mean, by
one?
that list, I don't know the exact definite. It's just
Greatness,
be
motherfucker.
real famous at something, and you can get
it's
this.
Pretty
greatness.
much, though. Yeah.
Thank you, Cal. No, that's all I need.
It's
That's all I need to know.
Let's be honest.
That's
though.
all I need to know.
It's greatness.
Yeah,
All those
yeah,
people
it
on
is,
there
it is.
are great
They-
at what they do.
They were pioneers, or they
Yes.
set
Cicely
a new
Tyson
standard in something that they did.
Had the first crinkly lips in the movie to drink from a white water fountain. Do you know of such? Vince Scully? Vince Scully been calling Dodgers games since they was in fucking Brooklyn.
Yeah, millions of people have
Called
listened to
Jackie
him.
Robinson.
Right, and
Yeah.
and he still is as good as anybody
That
doing what he
Blackie's
did.
on first.
The story was people would bring in the radios
Yeah.
to the home games just so they wouldn't miss Vince Scully calling the game.
So I'm saying it's a cool
Cat-
award. It's something cool to have.
I
but
know one thing.
I'm not gonna.
I'll make sure you never get it.
That's cool. That's
Right,
cool.
right.
But
So
look,
Tony
no,
come up
but
for
the rest
if-
of us, the rest of us gonna get one.
If I do something great to that
I know I'm
level,
gonna take it.
if I do something great to that level where it's known internationally, I want my achievements to speak for
Yeah,
itself.
with-
I don't do this. We don't do this or strive to be great for the award.
when Sasha and Malia do the shared presidency in 2044, they give it to the D and Davis crew.
There you go.
We gonna be like, nah,
Tony ain't
Tony
ain't
ain't getting it.
Where's Tony Gillick? He said he ain't like the shit back in
He
2016.
missed the flight. He missed the flight, Sasha. Sorry.
Exactly.
But here's Sydney for you.
Sydney, I'm like, I don't want to see my those.
Yeah, where's the Bush starters? I don't want to war from these girls. The flip.
All right, so Dave Chappelle has come to an agreement with Netflix, similar to the one that Chris Rock has. Even though I think Chris Rock has two specials,
Two specials
for
for
50, but Dave Chappelle for $60 million. He has 3 specials. I think 2 are coming from his vault, so it's stuff that hasn't been released from his vault, and then he's going to do a new one just for Netflix also.
Now it's going to be, I think the new one is supposed to be sort of like a behind the scenes kind of thing of his tour or something like that. So it's going to actually be like an actual stand up. I thought it was
I
more
think
so
all
like a
of them are going to be
collage
stand
kind of a
up.
thing.
I think all of them are going to be stand up.
So the two that's going to be from his vault are going to be what? Young Chappelle
to have
young Chappelle
No,
kind
I
of
think
shit?
it would be the stuff that he's been doing since he's been in semi-seclusion or whatever you want.
Yeah, he's probably. I mean, he's probably has a lot of recordings of stuff that he's done. He's done. I mean, he's never stopped doing stand up.
Exactly.
So it's like he probably has plenty of recordings he could put out there.
And probably the smart thing that he did was he waited for an opportunity like this to really cash in on him.
Yeah, he waited till he got leverage, and I don't know. It's interesting because like I saw this one thing was people be like, oh God, he rejected a $50 million deal, which he really didn't reject the deal. He just ran away from it.
When we talked about that though, when you were talking about the person that was on set laughing, and that was why he left. But it's so many more layers to that because
that was the final that was the final thing that broke the camel's back, the straw. But he did accept the deal, but he just reneged on it.
But also supposedly the deal that he was supposed to get 50% of what they were making from the show, and that $50 million wasn't even 50%. Like they were fucking him too, is one of the stories that comes along. And he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna let's just say if they were getting like $100 million from the show, and he was like, we're supposed to be splitting this, and it's like, well, fuck it, what you gonna do?" And he was like, well,
I think it might have been a DVD issue too, because and they had I remember like Chappelle's show, the second season was one of the highest selling DVDs of all time.
Of course it was,
and I think there might be some issue with that too.
So that's part of it too. Yeah,
but
they were fucking them all across the board.
Yeah, but I was the thing I saw online, the person was like, he rejected the $50 million deal, and God came and gave him a $60 million deal. Like he
God gave you 10 more?
He got it for being a good person or something. Right. No, he got it because he laid in the cut, I guess, and he waited his time. It'd be interesting to hear him talk about his process going through how he wanted to bring himself back. But the Saturday Night Live thing happens, and that's where he has all the leverage in the world now because people saw him once again at his best.
Do you think that this deal though was probably already
in the works already? It was in the works already.
I would think
because
so. You think
I think it may have been in the works, but the complete terms, man. Because Netflix has been going off into the stand up thing pretty hard.
They are killing it with the stand up.
They had to deal with Rock, so I'm guessing they probably were talking to Chappelle, but he didn't sign anything until after he did the show. I
was talking about an example of how some things are already preordained with someone. And I was talking about how I remember for the Maxim's Sexiest Woman Alive, like 7 years ago. And they were like, it's going to be Katy Perry. And the person that they asked was like, she's got too much stuff that's going on this year. And basically, this was the year she put out that Last Saturday Night and all that, when she had like 10 straight hit singles on there. And with marketing, this stuff is already set up, going along with what you're saying about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
This return was set up already. So I agree with you, Cal. It helps that Saturday Night Live went well, but this has already been put up. Like, this is the comeback. This is how we're going to go about it.
Because like you said,
it's not happenstance that the shit like this happens in
No,
business
I'm not
like that.
saying that it's happenstance. I'm just saying that he waited to a point where he knew he was ready.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're talking about the deal being. We're just saying that this deal wasn't predicated just on Saturday Night Live. Is what we're saying.
No, I'm not saying that either.
But
I'm saying
that's what you kind of did, though.
No, I didn't say that.
He kind of telling me he did, though. Be honest with your cousin.
How did I get in the middle? I am in the middle, literally.
Because you told him like that it was in the works prior to that.
No, I think what you were trying to say was, well, I don't want to say what you were trying to say, but go ahead, cuz.
No, what I said was that he was waiting to a certain point, and that this was the point where the tension got. Look, Dave might have been talking to Netflix specifically, but when you have a certain thing that happens like Saturday Night Live, more attention may have come to him from other sources that may have allowed the Netflix thing to finally reach a point where he can have the deal that he wanted. He's not gonna just if he was gonna just do anything, he would have been in all type of movies and stuff for the past 10 years. But he was waiting for a point where he had the leverage with whoever it was he was talking to, and this being Netflix, to where he made the deal the way he wanted.
Only thing I disagree with, and it's funny because I thought about this. He really doesn't do movies like that, though. I mean, when we were kids, half baked.
What's the last thing he did with Chirac?
But I'm just saying, as far as
and now he's on there for like 3 or 4 minutes.
When you
It was
really
a
think
small
about
thing.
it, at the height of the Chappelle show, when he could have capitalized on it, he
didn't.
Yeah, he was.
He's
He was.
more like
but
stand up.
but
Is kind
leading
of
up
the
to that,
lane.
he did do a few. He did do like I think part of it was because the movies that he did weren't that fulfilling. Like he didn't even enjoy Half Baked that much.
Didn't he do
But he
Sleepless in
did.
Seattle?
Cuban.
No, that
Bean.
was the movie. Yeah, that was the Tom Hanks movie. But it was I think it was You Got Mail or some shit.
You Got Mail.
Yeah.
That's what he did. You Got Mail.
But yeah, he did a bunch of little side movies like that where he was the black sidekick and stuff.
Yeah, he was a
No, he
token.
did like a movie with Norm Macdonald and some shit like that, and like he did the movie with Martin, which was Blue Streak was good, but he
Oh
was,
yeah, I forgot about that.
but he was acting.
I don't really remember that. I take
You-
it-
you-
That was a funny scene.
I take it that was he was
That was
a
a
cop
funny
because it
scene.
was Blue Streak.
Martin was
Martin's a cop.
Yeah, Martin was
He was
he was
pretending to be a cop.
robber, pretending to be a
Yeah.
cop because he
Yeah.
left a diamond in this on this
And
crime.
then Dave
scene.
Chappelle was one of his
Kind of
Yeah.
now you bring
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
it, but
criminals.
But he
that
was
was funny.
yeah, he wasn't doing very like you think of like how Kevin Hart is doing these lanes.
Yeah,
I think
he's not doing that.
I think that's the key on his comeback too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's seen Kevin Hart, all highest making,
You think so?
comedian,
Little
all
competition?
this stuff. I don't think it's Dave's better.
well,
Everybody knows Dave's is better. They said comedians in the recent years now that Dave
nobody would say that
retired.
Hart was better.
Nobody. Everybody would say if Dave Chappelle came back right now, he'd kill the game.
But no, you know what though? A point that a lot of people make that I think we should look at it through this vein. I know like 50 Cent brought up that when Jay-Z retired, it was because at that point people like Eminem and even him had the game on lock so much that really he just fell back for a minute. Well, perhaps let's just look at how comedy had changed and it was Kevin Hart's run. Maybe that was part of why Dave Chappelle was kind of like, all right, I'm going to just let this shit rock, and then I'm going to come back and bring my shit rather than injecting himself in the middle of Kevin Hart's run.
But didn't you say that? But Dave has
Because only
over
one
the 10
nigga can
years.
be hot for a minute.
That's
how America has it.
Yeah, obviously.
It can't be 3 or 4 of you motherfuckers.
But didn't you say that? But Dave has been still doing stand up, whatever like that.
He has been.
Yeah,
You've seen it.
he's-
He has been.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. It's like and that's why I think so many people in comedy would be loyal to Dave. If you ask them to pick a side, they would be loyal to Dave as opposed to Kevin or whatever other hot black comedian is coming back because
Lil Rel.
yeah, Lil Rel. Shout out to Lil Rel though.
Yeah.
He's a Chicago dude. He's good.
Yeah, it's good people.
You got
But-
a little real hate?
No, I like Lil Rel.
I'm about to say.
But
What about the new? I forgot his name.
I was what was it? With Chappelle is a sense that he is a torch holder, and he's a guy who is in the tradition of Pryor and
Is
Eddie
he our-
and all those guys. He's
is-
not just a one hit wonder or a flash in the pan.
Is he our generation's like Pryor?
I would say it's
Probably.
as close as
Yeah,
we've come to. Yeah,
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would
Definitely.
think in our generation too. I mean, we all in our 30s. I would say
Kevin
Chris
Hart
Rock.
is much funnier than him. I'm joking.
I like Kevin Hart. I mean,
I don't hate Kevin Hart
yeah,
like that.
No,
I like Kevin
no.
Hart.
I'll
I
say
like
this
Kevin
though.
Hart.
I haven't seen his last special, the one that just dropped. The
last
one
couple of
before that
specials-
was trash.
Yeah, the one he was like, fire on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that one was
God.
trash.
Yeah, that one
but
was
the,
whack.
the two
first
before
two?
that was
Hey,
Dick
I
Sanders
haven't-
and when he's like his
yeah.
father came running with his dick in his sweats. That was funny.
I haven't-
Fuck what you
yeah.
got to say. Oh, you need to watch them. That shit was.
I'm
'cause he
gonna
does-
try to check
I'll
it out.
tell you this: what
Kevin
people
Hart's
don't give
funny,
him
But
props
his stand up
for.
is better than his movies.
I
His
think,
movies are
yeah,
whack.
but,
That's
he,
true.
but
That's
he's
true.
right when he says he has to wear that motherfucking character out though, because you got to get that cash, and then
he-
when
yeah,
that
definitely.
character's worn out,
He is
it's time for
getting
him
that
to start
cash.
doing that other shit.
He getting that
I
money.
think you'll like it. The Kevin Hart specials before these two.
Feel My Pain.
Yeah,
I think it's one of them.
And
Laughing My Pain.
laughing
something
my
like
pain, but because it's
I'm a grown little man.
Well, that's
no,
what I'm
no.
about to say. That's why I caught of cut off. I haven't had much for stadium Kevin Hart, where the
True.
the big
There you
stage,
go.
like when leading up to about laughing my pain and stuff. That's
Okay.
and that's the thing. That's the thing I'll give credit to Hart is that he really has worked. And he came up he came up on some real shit as a comedian.
Yeah.
He even had a little show for a while, and he that shit failed, and he fell back, and he had to regroup his career and stuff. And like you can read this stuff about him and everything too. But I remember seeing him like back in the day on Comedy Central and stuff, and he'd do shows like that Tough Crowd show with Colin Quinn. And
Yes.
Patrice O'Neal would
Yes.
he was sunning him. Like Patrice O'Neal was like, I'm the black dude here, and Kevin would come on and he was Lil Kev. That's what they called. They called him Lil Kev.
Yeah.
And they was sunning him back there. So he paid his dues, but it's just you get to a point where you're the top guy, you're the popular guy, and you sort of have to do this more mainstream comedy, and it's not as hard hitting.
And that's what I love about Dave, where he reached that point where everybody knew about him, and he didn't have to change. It's like his delivery, his materials. I felt like I was getting the same Dave Chappelle no matter what platform he was on, and it was always funny.
I mean, have we ever said Kevin Hart? Yeah, Kevin Hart hasn't really
Kevin Hart
changed.
Still makes comedy, but he doesn't make white folk comedy now.
No,
He's
no,
still the
no,
same.
I mean-
If you believe, I put it like this: if you think in movies he's acting as a character, he still portrays that same character,
He's the
and
same dude.
That would be part of the reason people dislike him. But I don't look at Kevin Hart, and I don't think. Sometimes I think when we talk about the Last Week special, it's a lack of material, perhaps. But he's still making jokes about his kids, about his family, and like I don't think he's changed. As far as if I don't think he's changed himself from not being really that.
His content hasn't changed that much.
He's been. If you don't find it as funny as Dave, I can understand that. But I don't think when you're saying that, well, Dave never changed, or if you're really using the analogy, Dave made them come to him instead of him coming to them. I think that you can kind of say that with Kevin Hart, even though with Kevin Hart doing movies, it allows for a wider audience to see him because he's in those type of movies that white people can see him and come to him too. So it's easier, even though with Dave Chappelle having a show on Comedy Central, but still movies is a different beast.
Kevin has been doing those BBC movies for a long time.
Soul Plane, man, was out 4 years before it came out in theaters. I got it at the barbershop.
Was he doing Master P movies for a minute?
He did.
He did the movie with the Rock movie.
Paper Soldiers.
Death of a Dynasty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's paid his dues, man. Listen, Kevin.
So now you're confusing your little short comedians.
I know who you're thinking of too. Who's in AJ Johnson? Yeah.
Okay, all right. I got him confused.
With the NWA, the little easy sign.
Yeah.
I mean,
y'all remember the one?
He's paid his dues.
I got the hookup.
He deserves everything.
Yeah, I got the hookup. But remember the one with Eddie Griffin? With Foolish?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, Foolish is my brother. Shout out to Master P, boy. Wait, did you ever see Changes by
3-6? Yeah.
And when
he had a movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
When DJ Paul's up in there and he keeps sniffing the coke and he's like, it's just a little coke. He's just like, it's like just a little bit. Oh,
I
man.
never saw that.
All them South people came. They put out some movie and they did a soundtrack with
to the movie.
I
remember the album Changes. Or what was it? No.
Yeah, that was the soundtrack.
That was soundtrack.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I remember that. I don't remember a movie though.
Oh, yeah, you had to see it.
Okay,
or like when in Bout It, we used to always make fun and be like, friendly. You say friendly got what? If he got 4 or 5 keys, you say friendly got what? He got 4 or 5 keys.
How do you remember all these lines in these movies?
Oh, these were things that we used to always rehash a lot. These were like our running gags at the time.
They need to put that on there.
Like anytime you said something, we'd be like, what you say? He got 4 or 5. What you say? So it was like
they need to put like all the No Limit movies on Netflix. I like that. They should do that. Yeah. That man, Master P already got that
I heard
money.
Somebody put out like a black exploitation Netflix. That would be.
Why we got to name it black exploitation?
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
I know, but we don't have to redo it.
But
they
I'm
call it
saying
slavery. Doing some more like we got to keep doing
Chris
it.
Rock got a special on Netflix. I think they just paid him like $40 million for a special.
Yeah,
Is it out? Is it out yet?
No,
I don't
it's not
think
out
so.
yet.
Who's out on Netflix now? Comedy that y'all saying? Because when I try to go there, it'd be some old fuck shit.
you mean the shows or specials?
Just specials.
Lil Rel got one on there. Was pretty funny. It was here in Chicago too. As a matter of fact, Kevin Hart presented
That
him.
came on Comedy Central first. Though.
Yeah. Kevin Hart helped put it on.
Who's doing
for
a
him.
lot for comedians now? What,
Yeah.
he's going to have a
He
little
is.
A channel or whatever that's going to do that.
He's doing a lot.
Look,
for
he
him, man.
do shit for BT. He don't have to do while you talking about him. He ain't got to do that
I
housewife
respect
shit.
Kev. I respect his hustle.
Shit,
I
you don't
respect his
respect the
grind.
medal of
Real
fucking freedom. You don't respect
But,
nothing. You don't respect freedom.
What year is Kevin Hart going to get the Medal of Freedom? It's going
He's
to
probably
happen.
gonna get it next year. Bro.
It's going to happen.
Oh, Trump ain't giving
Trump,
him that shit.
Trump, that's gonna be part of his black outreach.
Are black people going to boycott
Kevin-
Trump for real? Like, NBA
is-
champions, Super Bowl.
That'd be
I
interesting to
bet
see.
you the Cavs won't go up to that motherfucker.
It'll be
I think
interesting to see.
I bet
do-
LeBron won't go in that motherfucker.
Listen, when the Dodgers was playing the Cubs in the NLCS, I know Adrian Gonzalez like, no, we ain't going there, and they didn't go saying Trump either. So
You mean he said
He
that
didn't. They did.
all
Adrian
the-
Gonzalez-
He did it.
Adrian Gonzalez.
I thought the team did.
No. They
Oh.
stayed in Trump Tower.
Oh,
It's
he
nice
didn't
in there.
go.
It's nice in there.
I'm sure.
Y'all heard Dave Chappelle. He said it's nice in there.
Yeah, Agent Gonzalez did it right there.
Yeah.
Didn't
And it's
Daryl
like-
say he not giving up his crib in Trump Town?
Yeah, he got it in New York. Yeah.
Well, another thing in New York is they petitioning the builders to take the name off, so then you won't know. 'Cause I think they already said 3.
I will know.
I didn't say Trump last week. You can't fool me,
He got the
motherfucker.
outline still on it. But
That's a Trump. I know what a Trump is when I see one.
it's like
But it's happening though. They're petitioning to take the name down.
Yeah, but I was like,
It's
the
happening,
people who are not staying in the Trump building here, it's like 3 NBA teams who's not staying there. So I mean, maybe we'll see more of a movement to that end.
If he keeps still fucking around and naming
Would you
another
stay at
white
Trump?
supremacist,
Would you stay at the Trump Tower?
hell, no, I wouldn't.
Would you?
No, I mean, not really.
Would you?
I was trying to make a
Not
joke.
really.
Would you?
I mean,
I won't.
I haven't, so yeah, I got to stay once.
I won't do it. No,
Yeah,
it's
fucking-
it's
if I say for
it's
free,
a ton
if I
of
gave
other
you no,
If I-
beautiful
yeah, do I have to
this
pay
for the
hotels.
for
free.
it?
This is for the free. This is for the free.
No,
Shit, I'm going.
I kind of want to see what it look like in there.
I'm going.
Dave Chappelle said it look nice.
Fuck, I'm going.
I'm Trump. What the fuck is a Trump hotel? I hope it don't look like a fucking hotel for 63rd and Halsted or some shit. Speaking of
it's
hotels,
just gold plated.
speaking of hotels, don't look like 63rd and Halsted. I remember when I went to Atlanta and I stayed over Buckhead. No, is it Bank? What's the name of that mall that you go on underground?
The underground, the metro.
The underground, yeah.
the underground.
Man,
Get y'all that shit correct.
that fucking hotel, it felt like I was on 63rd and Halsted. It was nice. But then I looked outside, it was a big ass game fight right down below me. I watched the shit. It was pretty good.
We know you called the folks on.
I ain't called shit. I just watched it.
He said, I'm calling it right now.
What's 911 for Atlanta?
Hey, I watched it. It was pretty entertaining. It was in downtown Atlanta. That was a crazy
They
shit.
the
in my
only
life.
motherfucker I know with a motherfucking place card that's got 911 in every city on that motherfucker.
Hold on, what's your 911?
We gonna stop this shit right now.
Hey, I ain't want to see the motherfucker get shot in front of my house.
We know it's 911 for anybody who want to make jokes out there about that shit.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers don't know it's 911 all over the place.
I hope you ain't that simple. as this.
But no, I wouldn't stay in one.
I would. I know it's wrong. I'd do it. It was for free. I'm going.
If I see your ass coming out of there too, like, look at you.
And I pose for your ass too. My ass has never been clean.
Kanye coming in doing the jazz hands.
Look at you, brother. You ain't supposed to be in there, brother.
I got me a good
What's
sleep.
some things that spray your ass?
I do
A bidet?
Bidet.
I'm like, and it's a bidet in this motherfucker. My ass is clean.
white man's
and I
bidet.
clean my shits, but it's cleaner.
Would y'all want a bidet?
I'll take one.
Betty said that shit was terrific. He said that our asses in America don't get as clean around the world as that bidet do. But I have a problem with bidets.
They have
I'm
them in
worried
Lebanon.
about shared crumbs
Hold
flying
on, they
around.
had him in Lebanon?
They got them a lot of different
They
places.
got them all around the world.
Except here?
Yeah,
Wipe
we know.
your ass.
Because American men don't want to eat stuff up in their ass.
I got the one. I got the shower with the hose.
I think it's more of
Everybody
a
got that
financial
now.
thing.
Even though that shit
where
is the best.
Do you want to get the
If you ain't got
the
a shower
tissue
head to come
business?
off, your balls are dirty.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Oh, say what you say.
No, I'm saying that I think it's more here. They want people to spend money on tissue. More often.
But I think the average.
I still would wipe my
think
ass
that-
with tissue after using a bidet. I'm not going out with a wet ass.
Right, you got to dry it.
Well, yeah, right. That's You
And I
do the
can't wait
bidet
for
first,
the
then you
air to blow
dry
through the
it.
bidet. This is taking forever.
Hold on,
This is taking
Wait a
forever.
minute. It washes you and it dries you?
I'm sure if you
They got those now?
It has to. You have to have air blow a bidet.
How much money do you think you'll save on
My ass is
tissue?
crisp.
Wait a minute. What'd you say, Tony?
How much do you think you save on tissue?
It's the time. It's the time to waiting. That's a lot of time to wait for a bidet to dry your ass. I
Not
can't.
if it's a good. If it's a good
Dog,
blow.
do you
What if it's a
listen,
heated seat?
When we're at the other studio and I wash my hands and use the air dryer, I just use it to get enough water off. Then I go grab a napkin from the damn.
But
kitchen.
that's just your hands. You can move your hands. Your ass ain't moving. So it got to be a
So
good.
it means it
a
takes
good
longer.
air.
You just got to spread your cheeks and make sure the air gets
Yeah,
in.
see, I ain't out here spraying my cheeks in the streets.
Nobody can see your cheeks are spread.
That ain't the shit to do.
Nobody can see it.
I'm
Ken.
from the fucking east side, Inglewood, and motherfucking Hundreds.
Hold on, folks.
It's
Let me-
not a lot of.
Hold on, hold
and
on,
no
Lord.
win.
Hold
And
on,
a
Lord,
lot
let me
of-
spread my ass real
Ain't
quick.
no- Hold on, folks.
Hold on, folks. Let me spread my ass real quick.
Hey, Mo, spread them cheeks real quick. Nah, I'm straight.
I mean, I don't know.
That's a lot of time, dog, to be waiting. I just let it wash my shits. I'm not about to say, give me the tissue. We good. And it's clean already. That's just 2 good swipes.
I'm staying. I'm letting it dry. I want it.
Yeah, but you're not a flusher though.
The fuck you mean? I think I just leave my shit.
No, you don't flush.
Hey, I know some people
you
that
don't
do
flush
that.
during.
They just leave it.
There's a sign of dominance.
You sit and it stinks up everything. No one wants to smell your shit. For anybody out there, this is a public service announcement. Flush that shit when you sitting on top of it. Nobody in the stall next to you wants to smell that shit. That is
Show
just
some
fucking
courtesy,
respectful.
man.
Your cousin's not a flusher. He sits on that filth.
I'm ready to
Motherfucking
all
guts
out.
be smelling like bidet.
You dying in that motherfucker?
Yeah, you got to do it like halfway through. You just don't let it go all the way and then just leave it.
I try to go in there.
One poop, one flush. Flush it. Flush that. Why do you want? Because to me too. Okay,
Well,
even
he could
if
be
you're not
saving the environment.
Nah, fuck that.
limiting the
we're not
flushes.
being green.
Thank you, Tony.
Listen, he's not being green. Even if you don't, even if let me for anybody that's selfish, is like, I don't give a fuck what you smelling. It helped just in case sometime that shit may stick to your clothes. It helps that it won't stick to your clothes.
Man, what are you eating? Your
Not me.
shit smells
Not
sticking
so,
to your
son.
clothes.
Not so. But I've smelled it. I won't put that one on you. But I've smelled it with people
Goddamn, what
come
you
out the
eating?
bathroom and it's like, did you wipe? Did you wipe, sir?
You smell like the same shit an hour
You probably
ago.
need to flush so that whatever that pungent odor doesn't cling to your shit.
Well, those toilets had the automatic too. I would have had to turn it around and like.
No, you don't have to do. For the ones in the old
What, I
building.
bend over?
I'm gonna say for the ones in the old building, it's one of these.
Okay.
And for the ones in the new one, it was one of these.
Oh, all right.
All right,
Okay.
it's very easy. Very easy. I can't stand you, smelly motherfuckers, man.
I'm like
dude,
Tony, man. I'm
wanna
trying to save the water.
You wasn't saving shit.
I am
And that
very
motherfucker on your
conscious.
fucking phone.
Oh yeah.
Now, at my house, I might do the save the flush. I'm not gonna flush.
Yeah,
most of the
it's
time.
different.
But in
it's
public,
different at
like in
home.
public, I'll do
But see,
the
this
in
is
between.
this is the thing though.
And it saves your money.
See, this is the thing though.
At
I
home.
always went to the bathroom when you had the one toilet. They had your own privacy. What the? Kim would go to the community shitters and be sitting next to people. I didn't do that.
Wait.
I didn't do that.
Wait. You did this
So it's
in
very-
the old building?
Yeah, I went to the
So how do I know your guts smell like that?
No. I just said the one time that you were sitting next to me.
I
Honestly,
smelled your motherfucking odor like 4 times. And I'm like, that's that motherfucker.
is that the mom over there?
I know them Negro guts. When I smell them.
What the hell you doing over there? What's that toilet?
I'm like, I think that's that motherfucker right there.
Nah, see, I would go to.
His ass would come up from out the stomach. I knew it was that motherfucker.
I knew your ass didn't flush. Oh my god. No, I would go to the restroom. When
Do you guys ever have? Do you walk of shame or do you walk out proudly?
Hell no, I feel
I
good.
ain't
Shit.
walking out shamefully, man.
Well, you just took a
You're
shit.
grown up.
Some people do it. I've seen
Why?
it. Going into the bathroom. Someone's coming out. It smells terrible.
Oh, the same one.
It smells
Oh,
terrible.
I would
But
just.
then you
I'll
flush
wait.
it.
I'll wait.
You flush it.
Man, but as you said though, sometimes that aroma just sticks.
No, I'm
It
telling you.
sticks
and
to the wall.
now they look
flushing.
at you. Now they look at you like.
What you think the
This
flushing? What you
dude-
think the flushing gonna do? Get in the air, take the air out? I mean, what is it,
it's-
fucking air
dog,
freshener?
If you shit in this corner right here and it stayed in the room with us, we'd be like, it's funky as shit. But if you shit here and we just totally removed it, it wouldn't be nowhere near as strong as it's just sitting in this motherfucker. Do you not comprehend that?
I think what Tony is saying, when somebody's coming out
I
and
get what
you's
you're
walking
saying.
in, that smell is still going to be there. It's
Man,
in
listen,
the air. I don't care how many times you flush
I'll
the
say
toilet.
this.
Do you
I'ma
make
tell
eye
this.
contact? Like
Many of people, after I've taken
That's
a
what
dump
I
in
try to
the-
avoid.
it got real in there.
I just try to avoid any
was real
kind
in
of
the field.
contact.
Now I'm gonna tell you if I never catch you, but I'm gonna tell you, hey, Cal.
Right, that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't want to come out for taking the shit and be like, "Oh, hey, Kyle, how's it going?"
I don't give a fuck.
Don't talk to
but
me.
many of people have went in the stall after I was in there. I'm like, and I wait to see if because I'll leave a stall if I'm like, this shit smell like shit. And I go to another.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
when
yeah.
when I shit in the stall, they stay in that stall. Cause I shit right.
Because you flush.
I shit like a grown up.
No, but
This is just went terribly low.
I don't know how did we get to this? How did we get to this?
Trump Tower and
Trump.
bidets.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do want a bidet though.
Yeah,
If I make it,
that's
when
what
we
you're
make
supposed-
it, I'm buying one. Oh yes.
You gotta get more than one. Because you gotta have one for the guests. So they can know how you
Yeah, you
stun.
can't use it.
Because
You
you're not
gotta
gonna send the
stun on 'em.
guests
You
to your
gotta stun on 'em.
bedroom shower
Nah,
where the
nah.
bidet's at. You gotta have one into where the
You got a bidet in a guest room? Ooh.
Exactly. He doing it. He doing it. I got a bidet bidet in the room where there's no shower. It's just half a bath. It's a bidet in that motherfucker. So is it? That's 0.75 in that bitch. I got 0.75 in that motherfucker.
Take pride in every time you have a guest, you got to explain. Now this is the bidet.
Ooh, you right, Tony.
That's how you flex on it. Like, nah, that's not a second
you
toilet.
Got to spread.
Yeah.
You from the
Spread-
south side?
Let it wash you a little bit, and then it's gonna blow and it's gonna dry you. Just sit there for a while. Yeah.
And the people gonna come out. Oh, my that bidet. Is that badooba dooba?
Badooba?
What is this cute thing you got here? Oh man. Well, hopefully we can all have a bidet one day. But no, I won't. I won't stay
That's
in
a
Trump
good
Tower.
one.
What?
Hopefully, all we can have a bidet one day.
Yeah. Right.
That rhyme is the illest bars that came out tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, you should have said after it was 21.
That's better than
21,
having
21.
the triangles on the walls, like Jay-Z said.
What's the triangles on the wall?
That,
you
we
mean
said
the-
we all have triangles on the walls, but it also means a diamond. You sold diamond records, 10 million records.
But that should be the name of the podcast. Everybody should have a bidet one day.
You should. Okay, we'll ride with that.
Okay, thank you. I never named one before, so thank you.
Cal hates when I name him.
You don't like the names of the podcast?
No, I don't hate them. I just,
You know how Cal got to control everything.
but I mean,
Nigga, you wiping your
that's-
ass to the left. Damn.
that's
How the fuck?
we do know you wiped your ass to the right. But that's the no,
I do.
That's the copy. That's the copy editor in me. That's
I know
the
what
thing.
it is. I know.
But now
No,
we're
but
gonna be
King having good. He has good.
I just worry that sometimes they're too insular. It's just like,
have the last one's been insular?
no, they're better.
So
They're
sit
better.
back and relax. I got
What
you.
was the name of the last one?
Oh, that was a good one. It was the Minstrel Show MBB.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't put it in the content, but it was basically anybody to listen. Check out the last one because we were going into Sage Steele and with Kanye West.
Oh, before we get up out of here, your girl, Josina.
Josina.
Yeah.
Stepping up.
Yeah.
Stepping up. Denouncing what Sage Steele was doing. So
And they are co-workers. I wanted
Yep.
they have a
She
talk.
said a friend. I thought she mentioned.
I'm sure they probably
To
cool
me,
with
she
each other.
seemed like she mentioned her as far as
Did
like
she mention her directly?
she said
Nah.
she brought up the
Indirectly.
situation.
Indirectly.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm fine then.
So she's the one who broke the story about Mike Evans with the
sitting down.
Sitting down. What about that? Yeah.
If you had to choose to say still,
I mean, it's not
Josina
that
Anderson.
much of a.
Which one you gonna go with? Let's go.
Josina.
Josina.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Stage. I mean,
I can't fucking know. I did it was like some type of like
Say
Nat
probably,
Turner
yeah.
dick.
She probably had you
I was like,
do
you-
some.
I come in from the field like, hey, Miss Sage, you gonna keep that away from me?
Sneaker always lost his
No,
mind.
I was saying she might do even worse. She might have you do it through a blanket like some Jewish people or something.
What
the hell is you talking about, man? What are you
Man, I'm telling you.
I thought we was about to end it. Now you got to explain.
Yeah.
Man.
Nah,
It's-
Tony.
What is that?
Just get it. Hey, get it from the what's next. You don't want to explain shit.
No,
I
you
think
ain't never
Jewish
heard
people
about
have
the
sex just like everybody else does.
It's supposedly something. I think it may be a old wives' tale, but they have.
I hope so.
With the Orthodox, some of them have sex through sheets.
Is this to make sure she's a virgin?
I don't know
That's
exactly
funny.
why.
There's like a Family Guy skit on that. Like, it was
Yeah,
like, man, this is
that's
about
it.
as
Family
boring
Guy
as a
mentioned it.
Jewish like
Yeah,
porno.
Family Guy
and they just sit
mentioned
next
it.
to each other, like, oh yes, and they just sit next to each other.
And there was an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm about it too.
I know in the
To all our
past-
Jewish listeners
Yeah,
out
please
there,
don't take that offense, 'cause we need
please
that.
don't.
No, I'm saying,
right.
If they watch
love
Curb Your
everybody.
Enthusiasm, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, okay, let me ask you this question because it could just show that I'm wrong. On Curb Your Enthusiasm, were the people somewhat young when they did this, or were they people that had sex? Because I know in the past they would say
married
check the
couples.
sheets because they would want to see they would want to see if they would use that to kind of say the young lady was a virgin because after penetrating her she bled, and that's how a form of knowing that she was pure when you engage with sex on your married life.
No, it was all grown. It was all grown people. It was like Larry
grown.
David was messing around with that chick. Was it Gina Gershon? You know that actress?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but she's like, he was wondering if she had sex like that,
Okay.
something like that. That was part of the episode.
Shout out to Curb Your Enthusiasm. Aren't they doing
It's
new
a funny
season?
show. Yeah, they do another season.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
fuck through no sheet. Like,
That seemed dangerous.
seem like you'll come out and pull out and have mum raw dick. Your shit all ashy.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
What about doing it through your drawers?
Of course I've done that. I've done it in
yeah.
police officers' houses. I've had to. While the cop was there.
21.
Savage.
Wow.
Girl, go put on your gym shorts real quick while your mom and daddy up in here say, I don't know what we're doing, jump on his dick. Put him to the side. I was a deviant when I was a shorty. I was horny. Horny.
Horny. Horny.
All right, you guys, we done?
Yeah, I tried to leave it off on some old positive black righteous stuff, and we talking about
I think we got it right.
That's no fun.
boning through sheets.
I think we got it right.
Boning through sheets and pull them to the side.
All right, everybody. You know you get the flip every Wednesday. Make sure you check out Dan Davis' show on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. Stay tuned, too, because every other week we're basically going to give you 2 episodes of The Flip. One drops on Monday. Again, from this one, we're doing this in the extra special Tony Hookup, the Honeycomb Hideout. I think one of the running skits is what we're going to call this, doing different shows or whatever.
I called it with the secret lair.
Secret Lair works for me.
All right.
Batcave.
Yeah.
So just stay tuned, and we got more stuff. D is going to be on Sports Feed, CLTV Sports Feed on the 27th of this month. So tune in for that.
This Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday coming up. Yeah, talking Bulls and Bears, unfortunately.
We're going to post the links to that, so check us out on social media if you don't have cable. See, you can't even watch yourself.
By the time I get home, the link is out.
Stop. Those people
CLT
can't even watch you live.
CLTV bogus for that, though. I don't know why they don't.
That's part of the reason I got cable, because I want to see the crime rate in Chicago. I want to wake up.
Let me see what you Negroes out here doing.
Right.
But
No, by the time I get home, man,
sometimes
the link is out.
It don't be.
The last time you was on there, they got it out real quick. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Larry Howard.
Make sure you make me proud. You welcome for that hookup too, since you passed dimes like Chris Paul.
I do.
I gave you the biggest dime.
You
right
did.
there.
You did.
I could have kept all that sports feed shit. Just me.
I was upstairs lifting.
I gave him your shit right when I got mine. I could know. He was like, who? I was like, Demoz. He's like, oh, okay.
I guess we can have them all.
No. My dude Demoz hooked me up and through the past to Cliff Kelly. Shout out to Cliff and to Courtney yesterday. So just check us out, man. We out here trying to do our thing, continue to blow up. Definitely thanks to T, Kyle, Sydney, Jason, and Melvin, and we will be back.
Keep your hands to yourself.